if I told you that some of the world's most powerful leaders, people like Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin, and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, might be secretly cutting a deal over Ukraine's future? And what if that deal isn't just about ending the war, but about carving up Ukraine's natural wealth? This isn't the plot of a spy thriller. It's a very real possibility that could redefine what national sovereignty even means in today's world. For years, the story seemed clear. Ukraine, led by President Volodymyr Zelensky, was fighting to defend its freedom. The West, countries like the US, Germany, the UK, backed Ukraine with billions of dollars because they believed its independence was non-negotiable. We were told that borders matter, that sovereignty is sacred. But now, a new reality is emerging, one that's not being talked about on the evening news. Behind the speeches and the flags, something else is driving this conflict: money, resources, power. Ukraine isn't just fighting for land, it's sitting on a treasure trove of critical minerals. We're talking about Europe's largest titanium reserves, 7% of the global supply, 500,000 tons of lithium, white gold, for electric vehicles and batteries, gallium, key for semiconductors, steel, 43% of the EU's steel plates came from Ukraine in 2021. This is the stuff that powers modern economies. It's what countries need to build fighter jets, smartphones, electric cars, you name it. And right now, there are whispers that these resources are becoming bargaining chips in a secret negotiation. Reports have surfaced, backed by some experts, that powerful leaders could be discussing a backroom deal: Ukraine's minerals and energy in exchange for a fast ceasefire. Decisions about Ukraine's future made in private rooms by global power brokers, while the country fighting for its life is left outside. This idea isn't coming out of nowhere. In 2021, the European Union signed a strategic partnership on critical minerals with Ukraine, openly acknowledging its resource wealth. Russia already controls key mineral-rich areas in Donbas, including lithium and coal. Some reports say Russia now holds up to 80% of Ukraine's coal reserves. U.S. politicians, like Senator Lindsey Graham, have even called Ukraine a gold mine of resources. And here's something few people realize. The regions Russia annexed or currently occupies aren't random. They align closely with some of Ukraine's richest resource deposits. Take the Donbas region. It's not just an industrial hub. It's home to massive coal, lithium, and natural gas reserves. And Crimea? That gives Russia control over the Black Sea's offshore energy potential. So this isn't just about land. It's about locking down Ukraine's economic future. This war has always been about more than borders. It's about power. Military power, yes, but also economic power. Some experts now warn that if Ukraine is forced to trade its natural wealth for peace, it could lose something even bigger: the very idea of being a free, independent nation. Because if your resources, your lifeblood, are up for sale, can you really call yourself sovereign? When wars end, we often focus on the lives lost or saved. But what if the real cost is something deeper: the future prosperity of an entire nation, signed away in secret? And if this is possible in Ukraine, could it happen elsewhere? What happens when a nation rich in lithium, oil, or rare earth minerals finds itself under pressure? We've seen echoes of this before. In Africa, mining contracts have been weaponized, natural resources traded away under pressure from foreign powers. In South America, governments have been overthrown with whispers of corporate interests behind the scenes, because controlling lithium or copper can be as valuable as controlling oil. Even in the Middle East, oil wealth has often been both a blessing and a curse, leading to foreign intervention and deals that benefit elites but leave ordinary citizens struggling. Some insiders believe that Ukraine's leadership might not even know the full extent of these talks, or could be under immense pressure behind closed doors to accept terms they would never agree to publicly. Because think about it, after more than 2 years of war, with casualties mounting and aid from the West starting to slow, the pressure to find a quick resolution is building. For Western leaders, a fast ceasefire would be politically convenient. For Russia, locking down resource-rich regions would secure long-term dominance. For energy-hungry powers like China or the Gulf states, securing access to Ukrainian minerals could shape the next century. And for Ukraine, it could mean peace, yes, but at what price? Would it still be Ukraine if its future wealth belonged to foreign powers? Because wars don't just end with peace treaties. Sometimes they end with contracts signed in boardrooms while the world isn't watching. So, I'll leave you with this. Would you be willing to trade your country's future for the promise of quick peace? Because that might be the choice Ukraine is facing right now. If this made you think differently about the war or the true cost of peace, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and let me know your thoughts in the comments.